Just chuck my question at you. If Wilder, for some reason, whatever, wasn't ready to face you this year, does that mean that you would have to face Dillian Whyte?
I'd love to fight Dillian Whyte. If Wilder wants to step aside and let me fight Dillian Whyte, that's an easy defence for quite a few quid and all. Not a bother. I will fight my mandatory. I'm not trying to hide away from mandatories. Don't care. I fight the whole division. I fought them all before. Anyway, beat them all before. Don't matter. Easy defence. I'm just going to get like 20 defences of that WBC in a minute. Just keep racking them up. Easy defences. He won't be slipping through my fingers again because I will annihilate Dillian Whyte. I don't have to run from Dillian Whyte or anybody like him. Any of them, anybody in that top 15, nobody there scares me. He can beat the full division with one hand tied behind my back. So why would I want to be running away from these bums? I've already beat the most dangerous man in the history of boxing. Walloped him, absolutely mullered him. Yeah. So I've got not to be afraid of some second tier heavyweights. You know, definitely not.
Over social media over the last 2 days it's got very, very heated. What was the start of that? Was it his interview he did with me where he said he would annihilate you and he's not going to run away from you?
No, it started of Luke being the victim. Luke's always playing the victim. You know, Luke's always playing the victim. He's always playing the victim and getting away with it. Always playing the victim. Always, oh yeah, this happened. Oh yeah, I got mental issues. Oh yeah, I got this. Oh yeah, I got stripped. Oh yeah, I'm linear heavyweight champion. Oh yeah, when I beat Wilder, I'll fight Dillian Whyte. Oh no, I'm not fighting Dillian Whyte. Oh yeah, you know, he's just a victim. He plays the victim the whole time. And people allow him to get away with it. You know, because you know, for whatever reason. But he just plays the victim the whole time. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of him playing the victim and getting away with it, you know. I agreed to fight Wilder as a voluntary, and then out of nowhere they make him manager challenger. I stole my manager position, you know. While the fight was already signed as a voluntary fight, you know. It's Luke's taking the piss. Like, you know, I'm sick and tired of Tyson Fury talking shit and playing the victim and getting away with it, and people allowing him to do it and allowing him to play the victim, you know. Let him man up. He's a grown-ass man. He's 30 years old, whatever he is, 31, whatever. He's a grown-ass man, you know. Man up. Fight your mandatory. I am your mandatory. You said you'd fight me once you beat Deontay. He said he was going to fight me before for the WBC diamond belt. Then he turned the fight down when they made the fight. And then now he said he'll fight me when he defeat Wilder. And then now he turned the fight down again. He keeps running away. They should call him Mo Fury instead of Luke. Mo Fury instead of Luke. This is why I'm not a real champion yet, because there's cowards like Tyson Fury that don't want to fight me. This is why I'm not a real champion yet, because there's cowards like him and Wilder that don't want to fight me. They keep running away. I've done everything to earn my shot and they're running away. Now, they pass the belt from one coward to another coward. Deontay Wilder running away for 3 years, 2 years. No Tyson Fury trying to do the same thing. That's why I'm not a real champion, because cowards like him, you know. Man like Luke's a coward. Luke needs to chill. So what can I achieve something if Wilder's a coward, Tyson Fury's a coward? Like what the hell? This is the Royal Boxing Coward Council or whatever. Must be 100%. I'll knock Fury out. 100%. And I won't be trying to box him. I'm looking to land a one-hitter quitter from the first belt to over long.
Jarrell Miller, 3 positive tests last year for steroids, EPO, for I've forgotten all 3 of them. GW, with the thing they...
It was GW 1516.
1516.
And EPO. There was 3 substances in 4 tests, and obviously, as you know, and I know, and everybody knows, it cost him the opportunity to challenge Anthony Joshua for his heavyweight titles in June of last year at Madison Square Garden. Famously, Andy Ruiz took his place and scored the big upset.
Yeah. Cost him $7 million, so it's unthinkable to even be cheating. Now we hear reportedly an alleged test ahead of his July the 9th comeback under a Nevada State Athletic Commission license within Bob Arum's Top Rank. I got a comment from Top Rank a little while ago for my Telegraph story just under half an hour ago, and the spokesman said, we are fully aware that of what Jarrell Miller's situation. He will be placed on temporary suspension with Nevada State Athletic Commission on Monday while this is investigated. But he is out. It's Jerry Forrest he was fighting, wasn't it?
He was supposed to fight in the Top Rank ESPN main event on July 9th at the MGM Grand, where they're doing
In the bubble. Yeah.
with no spectators inside the conference center's ballroom. It's not alleged. Top Rank, his promoter, acknowledges the positive test. I spoke to the spokesman, Evan Korn. I spoke to Carl Moretti, who's the vice president of the company, who said yes. I spoke to Lou DiBella, who was the promoter for Jerry Forrest, who was
fuming, who's absolutely fuming, isn't he?
He was fuming. He was informed of the test earlier on Saturday as well. And what makes it unfortunate is that Jarrell Miller, who was never really ever suspended for his actions last year. Now, he didn't fight for about, since the Bogdan Dinu fight, which I guess was like November of the previous year. But he never took an actual punishment. Now, the WBA suspended him for 6 months in a suspension that was absolutely toothless, because all that meant was he couldn't box for a WBA belt or some kind of regional title. And furthermore, a 6-month suspension in boxing is irrelevant when you're only fighting once or twice a year anyway. So it wasn't even like that would cost him.
Believe it, to be honest with you. I mean, there's been a lot of sort of rumours about Jarrell Miller. When he busted himself for that last AJ fight with 3 substances, 3 tests, a lot of people said, oh, he's been at it for years, and you kind of hope that he hasn't or he wasn't. But to come off that and being under such scrutiny and have what is really supposed to be a warm-up fight against Jerry Forrest, and to do that again shows me, actually, I feel sorry for him, because I think he has a psychological problem. And I don't think he can bring himself to fight without taking pets, right? And that's really sad. And that it worries me that might have been the case his whole career. He was always tested, but the only time that he was tested properly, as in, stringently, was in the AJ fight, and we saw the results of that. Now he's been tested again fairly properly, and he's been busted straight away. So I think he needs help. His career's over,
This is just a quick video to address all this foul play talk from Deontay Wilder and his team. I just read an article before saying that I might have had some blunt objects in my gloves. Yeah, 2 big 19 stone 7, 275 pound destroyers in each glove. So yeah, getting punched up the temple may do that to you. But not unless Deontay Wilder's own trainer Jay Diaz was in on a conspiracy as well, along with all the Las Vegas State Commission guys who never left the room. Jay Diaz was in the room while I had my hands wrapped. He examined them. He was in there when I had my gloves put on, examined them. And everybody else was in the room. They don't leave you. We all know this. So everybody citing foul play. Bullshit.
Finally, just a few weeks to go before fight week gets underway, live from the Matchroom Boxing headquarters here in Brentwood, Essex. Now, rule 1 of Fight Camp: no easy fights. We've made sure we get as many 50-50 fights on the card as possible. We're allowed 5 fights a night with the British Boxing Board of Control, and week 1 is a banger. Can you think of any domestically that could live up to the egg v the cheese? Sam Eggington against Ted Cheeseman, the IBF International Light Middleweight Championship. Now we're at week 2. We're done with week 1. You've loved it. You're dying for more action. We're back at Fight Camp. This time we're making history. For the first time, 2 Brits facing off for a female world championship. Terry Harper, who has been a real shining star lately, takes on Natasha Jonas. Natasha Jonas trying to become WBC world champion here. It's a brilliant fight. Liverpool against Sheffield. Okay, you've had your 2 weeks. We've got 2 to go. You're exhausted. You're overwhelmed. You're so excited, but we've got more action for you. Week number 3 here. One of my favourite fights on the Fight Camp card. Felix Cash against Jason Wellborn for the Commonwealth middleweight title. It is going to be an absolute war. One of my best fights of 2019 was Felix Cash against Jack Cullen. I think this is going to be exactly the same kind of fight. Chief support on that card, our new signing, the wonderful Zelfa Barrett from Manchester, the big boys. They told me, you can't do a big fight behind closed doors. Really? Well, how about Dillian Whyte against Alexander Povetkin for the WBC Interim World Heavyweight Championship? 2 of the best heavyweights in the world do battle right here at the Matchroom HQ at Fight Camp. 2 of the best left hookers in the sport. For Dillian Whyte, everybody's talking about him. When's he going to get his shot at the WBC World title? Forget that. If he switches off against Alexander Povetkin, you go to sleep. Told you, the rule of Fight Camp: 50-50 fights.